Welcome to Fix It Home Improvement, covering projects that every homeowner should know and great products for home and garden.
Hi, I'm JC, and this is where we share weekly home improvement tips. I'm here with my co-host, Cindy.
Hello, JC.
Hi, Cindy. This week we're going to talk about compact refrigerators, and we'd like to thank Susan Hines for liking and sharing our promotion for Book 16 on social media. And today, June 19th, is the last day you can get a free download of our ebook, Home Improvement Solutions, What Every Homeowner Should Know, Book 16 on Amazon. And if you're listening to this after June 19th, our new ebook is only going to be $1. And if you downloaded a copy, we would really appreciate a rating and review on Amazon. The first home electric refrigerator was invented in 1913. Before that, a refrigerator was an ice box. A block of ice would go in the top of the unit, food was stored below it, and a tray would be at the bottom to collect the melted ice. It wasn't until the late 1920s that electric refrigerators started to become popular in the U.S.
Cool.
A compact refrigerator or mini fridge is great for keeping food or drinks in to create more room in your kitchen refrigerator. And they're also good for an office, a dorm room, a garage, or a workshop.
What is considered a compact refrigerator?
So I looked at mini fridges at the home centers, and they ranged in height from less than 20 inches tall to 60 inches tall.
60 inches doesn't seem mini.
So I looked it up. A standard refrigerator ranges in height from 62 inches to 72 inches tall.
Is it just the height that makes it a compact refrigerator?
So it's a combination of the height, the width, the depth, and the storage capacity. A common width is 20 to 22 inches, and a common depth is 20 to 24 inches on mini fridges. And where a standard refrigerator will give you 10 to 30 cubic feet of storage capacity, compact refrigerator storage capacity generally is between 2 and 6 cubic feet.
What does that mean?
So this is the volume of the storage area inside the refrigerator in cubic feet, which is length times width times height. Although the Association of Home Appliance Manufacturers...
Did you make that up?
No, it's a real association. They even have an acronym, AHAM.
Really? Do they have a secret handshake too?
I hope so. Anyway, AHAM says refrigerator volume is calculated on the total space cooled. And companies usually don't deduct for shelves, can dispensers, automatic ice makers, light housings, and other features inside the fridge.
When we went to the home centers this week to look at refrigerators, It was shocking the amount of space that was taken up inside the refrigerator for stuff like ice makers.
Yeah, so if you're shopping at a home center or somewhere where they have mini refrigerators, it's good to open them up and see how the inside is designed, see how much room you're going to have.
This is probably something you should go into a store to check out.
A lot of the refrigerators I looked at online had pictures of the open refrigerator, which is helpful to get an idea of the size. Mini refrigerators can be just a refrigerator with no freezer, or it can have a freezer. Some will have one door with a freezer compartment on top inside of it. Some have two doors, one door for the fridge, one door for the freezer. When I looked at Home Depot online, they have over 300 mini refrigerators, and out of that, 209 did not have a freezer.
Interesting.
At Lowe's, the number was about 50-50.
In my mini fridge, I have a small freezer.
Okay.
And I use it to store ice packs.
Okay.
That's really all that will fit in it. But it's nice because then they're not taking up room in my big freezer.
Right. There are compact refrigerators called beverage refrigerators that are designed to hold cans or bottles, and many of these will have see-through doors. I saw models that range from a 10-can capacity to a 100-can capacity.
That's a big difference.
And if you're storing more than just cans, make sure the shelves are adjustable.
What are some other features?
So some will have shelving to fit 2-liter bottles. Some have door storage for a gallon of milk. There are can holders on the door, or you can get can holders built into the shelving. There's also can dispensers.
In my mini fridge, it has a can dispenser.
Okay.
But it takes up most of the door.
Right.
And I never use it. So that's kind of a drag.
Yeah. Can anything else fit in there?
No.
Yeah, that is a drag.
That's what I'm saying.
A mini fridge can have glass shelves, wire shelves, or plastic shelves. Many of the glass and plastic shelves are nice. If you spill something, it'll contain the spill rather than just passing through like the wire shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Some mini fridges have reversible door hinges. Some have lights inside. Some will have crisper drawers or even an ice maker. Some models have a door alarm. If the door isn't fully closed or if you kept it open for more than a few minutes, the alarm goes off.
That's good if you have kids that don't shut the door.
Right.
Or you.
Some will have locks on the door or built in. Some are called a child lock to help prevent kids from getting into alcohol. Or if you're using this in a dorm, you can keep it locked so your roommates don't take your stuff.
Nice.
And if you're thinking about a mini fridge for a college kid, check the size or capacity restrictions for the dorm.
Right.
Most models I looked at had a thermostat control with numbers, like 1 to 9. So you'd have to use a refrigerator thermometer to get the temperature you want.
What should it be?
Maytag says the refrigerator should be at 36 to 38 degrees Fahrenheit, and the freezer should be between 0 and 5 degrees Fahrenheit. But there are some models with a digital thermostat, so you can just set it to the exact temperature you want.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot easier. If you plan on keeping a mini fridge in a garage or a workshop, there are garage-ready refrigerators.
What's that?
So most standard refrigerators are designed to be inside your home in a controlled environment. One manual I read said place it in an area that's over 50 degrees Fahrenheit and below 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
I didn't know that, did you?
No, I didn't. So Maytag says garage-ready refrigerators are designed to handle larger fluctuations in temperature with a range of 0 degrees to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. They say a standard fridge works harder to keep the unit cold in a hot environment, causing more wear on the compressor and increasing the energy costs. And in a cold area, the unit may not turn on often enough to protect your food from bacteria.
Really?
Yeah, it's wild. Panel-ready refrigerators will hold a custom panel so you can match it or blend it in with the rest of your cabinets or your decor. A cabinet-style refrigerator will have ventilation on the bottom in front. So you can put this inside a cabinet or you can put it into a space where there's very little room on the sides or on top. One of the built-in fridge manuals I saw said the unit needs a 1/4 inch of space on the top and the sides and 2 inches on the back.
How much room should you leave for a standard mini fridge?
One unit I looked at said you need 4 inches behind it and on the sides and 8 inches above it.
Wow.
A couple other manuals recommended 5 inches behind and also on the top and sides.
So you should check your manual.
Yeah, a few manuals I read said to keep the unit away from direct sunlight and any source of heat like a stove, a radiator, or heat ducts, and avoid placing it in a moist, humid area. Maytag says avoid putting a fridge in a humid area because it increases ice droplets inside the freezer and it causes moisture to form inside the refrigerator compartment. If you're in a humid environment, you can get a self-defrosting fridge, which will have some type of heating element, which is going to warm up the coils at regular intervals, and that's going to prevent the buildup of ice, and then it drains down to a tray where it will evaporate.
Cool.
GE says don't put hot food or wet food in the freezer because it introduces humidity to the unit. When moisture makes contact with the evaporator coils behind the back panel, it can form ice inside the freezer and on the surfaces, and too much ice can block the vents. And an ice buildup will reduce storage space. It can damage the refrigerator by causing the compressor to work harder and longer.
All right.
According to the American Society of Heating, Refrigeration, and Air Conditioning Engineers, You should defrost a mini fridge with a manual defrost freezer at least 2 times a year.
How should you do it?
In a GE manual I read, they say when ice reaches a thickness of 1/4 inch, you need to defrost it. You'd remove the food and any ice trays, put the food in a cooler, and never use sharp objects to try to remove the ice. A punctured cooling coil can cause serious problems and void the warranty. They say use a plastic scraper, turn the temperature control to off, open the door, leave it open, and this is usually going to take a few hours. They say check the drip tray often and pour it out as it fills up. If there's no drip tray, use a pan or towels to catch the water and change it often. Do not use boiling water or a blow dryer because it can damage the plastic parts.
If you're manually defrosting your refrigerator, it's a good time to clean it.
Right. A couple manuals I read recommend wiping down the inside and the outside of the fridge with a damp cloth. For dirty surfaces, use a pH neutral cleaner and then rinse and dry all the surfaces. GE recommends using 1 tablespoon of baking soda with a quart of water and use a cloth to clean the inside surfaces. GE also recommends keeping an open box of baking soda inside the fridge to help prevent odors.
My mom always did that.
Yeah.
I asked her why.
Yeah.
She said, just because.
GE told me to. If you had to lay your unit on its side for any reason, or if you've had a refrigerator delivered, check the manual on how long the unit needs to set upright before you plug it in.
Why?
For many models, there needs to be enough time for the oil to settle into the compressor before you turn it on so you don't damage the compressor. I saw recommendations from 4 hours to 24 hours, so check your manual before you plug it in.
You shouldn't use an extension cord with a refrigerator, right?
Yeah, from the manuals I read, the wording was, do not use extension cords or ungrounded 2-prong adapters with this refrigerator. If the power cord is too short, have a qualified electrician install an outlet near the refrigerator. An extension cord can affect the refrigerator's performance. A couple manuals said if you must use an extension cord, use at least a 10 amp grounded appliance cord as short as possible. In general, when you're using an extension cord with an appliance, the extension cord should match or exceed the amp rating of the appliance. Because something like this, where it's constantly drawing power throughout the day, it could put a lot of wear on an extension cord. An underrated extension cord doesn't allow enough voltage to flow to the compressor, which can damage it and reduce its lifespan.
Do you need to plug it into a GFCI?
GFCIs aren't required for a fridge, so you can plug it into any outlet.
Okay.
If you're putting a mini fridge on carpet, a unit with the coils on the bottom could damage the carpet, and it could restrict airflow. So you can use a thick plastic carpet protector, like you'd put under an office chair, if you're on top of carpeting, and then just cut it to the size you need.
All right.
Some top-rated mini fridges come from GE, Maytag, it's Maytag, Magic Chef, Magic, capital Chef, Black & Decker, Danby, it's Danby, Frigidaire, Frigidaire, Home Labs, Home, capital Labs, and Hisense, Hisense.
Do you have anything else to add?
I would also compare the decibels, how loud it is. 35 to 50 decibels is a common range. The lower the number, the quieter the unit is going to be. Energy Star models are going to be more energy efficient, and also compare the warranties.
Cool. Let's wrap this up.
You can subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast app.
If you enjoyed it, please leave us a review.
You can check out our home improvement videos on our YouTube channel, Fix It Home Improvement.
And you can subscribe to that as well.
You can download our ebooks, Home Improvement Solutions, What Every Homeowner Should Know, books 1 through 16 on Amazon.
If you enjoyed it, please leave us a 5-star rating and review.
You can email us at fixitpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow Cindy on Twitter at FixitCohost, and you can follow us on Instagram, Fixit Home Improvement.
Thank you for listening.
Talk to you next week.